Let's play! Whoa! There we are. Okay. Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. You all may call me Pharaoh, and welcome back to the stream of Chicken Police Paint It Red. Now, in the last stream, we pretty much focused on Chapter 3, which pretty much delved into rescuing Zip from Ibn's goons, but what ended up really happening was it looked like he called the police on himself because he was that scared. And finding out, like, why exactly are you scared, looks like he did a favor for Ibn involving getting rid of a body. And we believe, after speaking with Bubo, that the body may actually belong to Ibn's twin brother, Albert, who apparently was in a mental institution. So, this story is a lot deeper than I thought. So, time to check out a little bit more, see exactly what's happening. This is the beginning of Chapter 4, and the final chapter, if I'm not mistaken, of the game. So, let's go and do this. And Pixel, welcome to the stream as well. Hope you're doing well today.
Honestly, I wasn't expecting anything good, but this...
Ooh, just like a horror movie.
I was thinking the same.
Appearances can be deceiving.
Let's hope so.
You know what's interesting? They're playing the main theme music that we were just listening to. They're playing it here, just in a very, very disturbing, upsetting tone. And I got into a whole topic about the state of, like, these mental institutions and places like it currently, and it's like, it's rough. Alright. Let's just take a look around. Like, look, I love seeing the color in the game too, you know? It is kind of a weird mural. I mean, that's the Fox King right there. What the hell is he giving them? A bowl of soup? It's like, here you go. Soup solves everything.
This picture...
It's very...
special? It's special?
Yeah, special, sure. Now, because we're in a new area, I'm thinking that we should be able to find a collectible here. But I don't see one yet.
Even if you manage to escape, there's nothing but hills and forests for 100 miles.
Imagine how many poor lunatic ghosts must haunt those woods.
Ooh, Sonny, you're creeping me out.
Insane ghosts in the woods, Marty.
Sonny, it's not funny.
Insane.
Sonny.
I mean, that is kind of a disturbing thought when you think about it, yeah?
This guy seems strangely familiar to me.
You don't say. You've been treated here, too. That would explain a lot.
Oh, don't be stupid. I'm serious. Take a closer look.
No.
Well?
No, it can't be. Are you telling me it's him? M.B. Davis himself?
I'm sure of it, pal. It seems the gossip was true. The eternal king of jazz in a madhouse.
Oh, no. The poor devil.
Really? That's supposed to be him? Aww.
It doesn't matter how big a star you once were. Ending up lonely and crazy in a rotting insane asylum in the middle of nowhere is like the universe restoring its balance.
That was very poetic of you, Marty. Almost deep. Careful you don't drown.
Cluck you.
That
cluck.
I don't know, seeing him in this state, kind of, frankly, it makes me a little, there's like anxiety about, like, our future. It's like, man, like, I don't want to be in that situation at all. Oh, man. Here's hoping for, like, really huge advancements in medical technology.
We should go to reception first. Let them know we're here. We need to let them know we're here first.
So I guess we could go into the corridor. Can we actually go up the stairs? Well, it says beware.
We should check in first.
Okay. Miranda.
Like an angel from heaven, isn't she?
Yeah, half of her's still up there, I think.
That's rude.
Oh, boo-hoo.
I mean, is it supposed to be rude? I mean, I guess it kind of is. But, you know, she is a giraffe. Frankly, I find it funny that she's hidden like that.
What do you think? Can she hear us up there?
Sonny, stop being so heightist. It's a different world nowadays, you know?
Yeah, okay. Cry me a river.
I'm forever amazed by what an asshole you are.
Is that like a real thing now that I think about it? Heightist?
What do you think? Can she hear? Yeah,
I'm for...
Like, because now I was on the glorious thing known as Twitter a few days ago, and I saw somebody saying that another person was being fatist, so against racist against fat people, because this person who was fat, she was documenting her weight loss journey, and she lost like a lot of weight. And then somebody else, she's like, "How dare you? You're fattest." And it's like, because she's celebrating her journey? What, am I missing something? And this is coming from a fat guy. I'm like, well, this is dumb. Frankly, it feels like people nowadays, they want to be upset over anything nowadays. It's like, come on. Just some stuff is like, I can understand why. Other things, no. Not at all. Serge, welcome to the stream. How are you doing today?
Of all the great wild ones.
greetings, miss.
Is it really you?
Well, yes.
Yes, it really is you. The chicken police.
I'm afraid so.
Of all that's furry and plumey, that's fantastic. Oh my goodness.
Miss, we'd like to ask...
Please, don't be scared. I'm just really excited. You know, I've read every book about you and your adventures, and I even collected newspaper articles when I was a little girl.
Indeed.
You can't imagine what an honor it is to meet you in person.
We really...
Oh God. Take a deep breath, Miranda. Take a deep breath.
Are you okay, miss?
Yes, I am. I just needed some air. So, dear detectives, Santino and Martin, what can I do for you?
Well, miss, we have some questions, if you don't mind.
I'd love to answer all of your questions, detectives.
Okay. Hey, got an achievement. Police squad. I don't know why. Yay. Okay. She has a very soothing voice. Like there's certain voices that's like, like it kind of puts you at ease. Even though she was being kind of fangirly, there was like a tone in her voice was like, well, this is nice. That's kind of how I, what I got out of that. Queen fan, hello. It has been a while. How are you? Yeah, this game's pretty damn great. I mean, it's like a noir detective game, but all the animals are anthropomorphic. So, yay.
Sorry, but I still can't believe it's really you.
Neither can we.
You can't imagine how wonderful it is that I can help you in one of your cases. Does this mean it will become a new book? And maybe I will be in it?
Miss, those books aren't really...
Don't even tell me. No, I don't want to know. Let it be a surprise instead.
No, I didn't mean...
Leave it to me, Sonny. I'm good at this. Thank you, miss. Your words are very flattering, and we are honored.
No, I thank you. I'll never forget this day.
We won't either, that's for sure.
We're happy to bring you joy, miss. Anytime.
You find her voice annoying? I no, like, it is annoying when she gets all fangirly. When she was speaking normally for like a sentence or two, that's where I'm like, okay, that's nice. But you know, her being fangirly, the tone goes a little high, and that's a little blah. But yeah, did I ever act like that when you met someone famous? No. I'm just appreciative whenever I meet somebody like that. Like, you know, because the before times when we can go to conventions, I mean, yeah, I used to like love seeing voice actors and whatnot. So, like, even like when I met Troy Baker, David Hayter, Nolan North, they were really cool guys. You know, you'd chat with them a little bit. Awesome people. Awesome. So, but no, I never like fangirl or fanboy, whatever hell it is anymore. So, yeah. Was there a murder? There was. You missed quite a bit, Queen fan, so it's kind of hard to kind of catch you up with everything, but maybe somebody in chat could.
Please, I'm at your service.
Thank you, miss.
Say, miss, what can you tell us about this place?
Our institution was standing even before the Great Meat War, and during the war, it was transformed into a military hospital. Since then, we are relentlessly working on treating injured minds under the leadership of Dr. Quetzal, the famous specialist.
The place seems pretty empty. Do many people work here?
We have 32 residents and 7 nurses, including me. We also have a 3-person maintenance and cleaning staff, and, of course, the heart and soul of our institution, Dr. Quetzal himself.
I see. Now, this Dr. Quetzal, is he the director here?
Exactly. Director, scientist, researcher, patron, and doctor. And even a friend.
Quite a guy.
He certainly is.
Now, wait. Wasn't that the name of a character in Final Fantasy VIII? Was it? What was her name? It was a teacher. I think she became a party member. Wasn't it Dr. Quetzal? I could be wrong. Final Fantasy VIII was one of those. Quistis. Thank you guys. Quistis. My bad. I really should play more of Final Fantasy VIII. I remember I played like a chunk of it, like years ago. But I don't know what I didn't like about it. I don't know if it was like not the gambits. I actually know I'll get into the topic later, but yeah. She's good knowing all this. I wouldn't be able to name how many people work at my place. Oh yeah, no. She takes her job seriously, apparently.
So who is this Dr. Quetzal exactly?
He's a world-famous researcher of the mind, Mr. Featherland. He published countless books in the fields of psychology and psychotherapy.
Psycho what?
Unraveling the mind. It's the most crucial mission of the century, Mr. MacChicken.
That's really good to know.
So this doctor's some celebrity, right? Does he usually meet other important persons?
I'm not sure I know what you mean.
Well, like Mr. Hobart Wessler, for example.
Ah, yes. That's something you should ask the doctor himself, but unfortunately, I don't think he has time right now.
He's swamped, is he?
Exactly, Mr. Featherland. He is very, very, very busy. All the time.
I thought so.
Ah, well, damn. Justin, welcome to the stream, buddy. How are you doing today? You think a lot of people disliked Final Fantasy VIII, but you personally like the game, especially the world building. Oh yeah, like the lore and like the actual world of Final Fantasy VIII was really intriguing. To me, anyway. Because it was at that point where it was kind of like drifting away from like the medieval fantasy things of like the first like 5 or 6 Final Fantasies, and then Final Fantasy VII totally flipped it, and then 7 and 8 kind of, well, maybe not so much 8, but it kind of still had that modern somewhat feel to it. Once again, I can talk for hours regarding Final Fantasy, so yeah.
Now, what can you say about this, miss? Have you seen anything like it?
Of course. Our residents wear these for identification. But how did you come by it? They only wear them inside the institution.
Huh. I see.
The wristband does belong to one of our residents, but I'm afraid I'm not allowed to tell you more due to regulations.
Oh, come on, Miranda. It's us, the Chicken Police.
It's us.
I'm sorry, I can't.
Miranda, this case is a matter of life and death. Lives are in your hands.
All right. All right. I'll do it. Albert Wessler. The patient's name is Albert Thaddeus Wessler.
Figures. Just as we thought.
Thank you, Miranda. We'll never forget this.
Please, don't make me blush. And don't tell anyone you heard it from me.
Oh, we won't. I promise.
So, there we are. Confirmed that is actually Ibn's twin brother. And it's like, well, that's not good.
So when can we talk to Mr. Wessler?
I need to ask Dr. Quetzal. Please wait here.
Thank you.
Wait a minute. So is he not dead? Like, that's why I'm confused now. Like, if it belongs to him, then what body did Zip throw away for Ibn? I'm a little confused now. So here's the nurse. Obviously, she is a giraffe, full of life, full of hope, full of almost everything. She's a big fan of us, unfortunately. An overly nice nurse we met behind the desk at the asylum. Her name is Miranda, and she's an embarrassingly huge fan of the Chicken Police, but she means well. But here's Dr. Quetzal, or Susius, whatever, Quetzalcoatl. And he's a green tree python. Cold, distant, professional, and he gives me the creeps. Now, do you know what I'm worried about? Oh, hold on really quick. The professor's a real polyhister. Scientist, writer, philosopher, and who knows what else. What worries me regarding the doctor and even Albert is these are not like their images. These are drawings of them. And it makes me wonder, like, are they still around? Like, I don't know. But here we are. So, I guess we just have to wait or click on something, and then eventually she'll come back.
No.
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 The hell was that?
Dr. Quetzal will see you. He's waiting for you in his office. Up the stairs, all the way down the hall, until the last door.
What a surprise. It's enough to mention Wessler's name and all the doors are open.
I wouldn't want to get mixed up in this, but do you think Albert is in danger?
Danger? What do you mean?
We haven't heard from him since he disappeared, and we're really, really worried.
I see. We don't know yet, miss, but let's hope for the best.
Great wild ones protect him.
Where is he?
No idea, Marty.
The smell of all that's furry. I'll never get used to it.
Well, reptiles have a disgusting body odor, Marty, but they feel exactly the same about us.
Exactly. Great wild ones, you scared the hell out of me.
I already sensed your arrival from afar. You know, snakes have a different sense of smell, and birds used to be our prey once upon a time.
Well, yeah. Luckily, we're living in civilized times.
Lucky. Please take a seat. How can I help you, gentlemen?
Okay, I don't know about you guys, but I just got like a huge hint of Jafar in that voice. I like, that's all I kind of hear. So, wow. You had a teacher that was speaking like this doctor? Oh, that's... actually, I don't know how the hell I feel about that. I feel I'll be creeped out. Excuse me. So what information do they have here about Albert? We might have a bingo. Albert Wessler has disappeared from the asylum. And like, they actually now did upgrade his his portrait. So, Jafar with a hint of Ka. What do we got here first?
Your office is rather Puritan. Simple, I mean.
Ain't that the truth?
Well, yes. I can't let my mind wander from my work. I only keep what's essential in my office.
I see. That makes sense. Is this cell like the others?
I would rather call it a room. But yes, it's like all the others, except there are even bigger ones than this.
Is this cell...
I would...
Okay. Oh.
An isle of reason in a sea of insanity.
Insanity is such a strong word, and it's mostly an abstract idea. Where does insanity start, and how long is one not insane? Interesting questions. Am I normal, or are you? Maybe neither of us.
You see, that's something I think about a lot nowadays.
If you like, I can give you an appointment.
Oh, this is your chance, Sonny. Don't miss it. We're already here.
Marty, clock up. Are you very busy?
I am.
Are you very...
I am.
Oh, looking at... Yeah, you're very busy just sitting there watching menacingly. What else do we got here? This is a pretty damn small room, though, now that I think about it.
Why do you have bars on your windows?
Because it's a room like all the others, and I'm just an animal, too, like all our residents.
With the significant difference of you being a doctor and not a patient. Am I right?
It's not as big of a difference as you'd think.
So, escaping is impossible.
If I'd want to escape, I have the privilege of using the door.
So then, can you explain how the hell Albert apparently escaped?
So,
If I'd...
Unless he didn't really escape, unless he was, you know, taken out of the asylum somehow. I don't know.
Is this cell...
I would...
Okay, well, it was interesting. Yeah, there's not another collectible in here. And I think when I was checking like the collectibles off screen, I think there's 3 that I'm missing. And it's like, what other places am I going to visit? There's going to be 3 other collectibles, you know? Either way, if I miss something, it's totally okay.
A snake. I can't help it, but they make my feathers stand on end. I have a hard time bearing their proximity. My blood boils and my heart bangs. It's the primordial fear, they say. I have a...
To be honest, gentlemen, your visit is anything but a surprise. I could even say I was expecting it.
What an introduction.
Please forgive me. I have the bad habit of immediately getting into the middle of things. How very rude of me. My name is Dr. Sessuous Quetzalcoatl, but most call me Dr. Quetzal to keep it simple.
The name is Santino Featherland, and this is my partner, Martin MacChicken, from
the Predatory Division of the Clawville Police Department. Your fame is one step ahead of you.
we're used to it.
Certainly.
We have some questions about one of your patients, if you don't mind. We'd like to talk to him, if that's possible.
Please be specific, Detective.
Look, Doctor, we're too tired to play cat and mouse. Not that snake and chicken sounds any better.
Very funny, I must say. Just what I expected from you two detectives.
We know you know it's about Albert Wessler, Ibn Wessler's secret twin. Ever since we've said his name, all the doors have miraculously opened. That's what we call a bullseye.
Well, yes. Why should I deny it? We're talking about a rather illustrious patient here, who's also a very particular medical case.
Now, that's much more interesting. So, are you willing to talk about him?
Because Albert, regrettably, has disappeared, and you are police detectives, I have no reason not to talk to you. Of course, I'm at your service, but you must understand, I can't disclose information about my patients.
Not even if it's a matter of life and death?
Everything's a matter of life and death in here, Detective. This is a hospital, even if it's primarily for the mind, not the body.
Still, I'd like to give the impossible a try.
Please, Detective, just do your job, and I'll do mine.
I don't know why. I have a feeling that me asking this guy questions is going to lead to a lot of roundabouts and various things. This should be interesting.
So, what do you want to know, gentlemen?
Let's see.
What do we have on the list? Talk about Albert, the insane asylum itself, or even Madame Zivas.
How long was Albert a resident of the institution?
For quite some time. His first symptoms surfaced in his teens. Depression, panic attacks, and schizophrenia.
Was he brought here immediately after the first signs that something wasn't right?
You know, the biggest problem with an opinion on insanity is that animals are ashamed of it. That's the reason our institution stands out here in the middle of nowhere.
Because animals would rather hide what they're afraid to face.
I couldn't have said it better myself.
As far as I know, the Wessler family wasn't exceptionally wealthy.
Indeed, they were rather poor, but we offer our services gratis.
Then how do you sustain yourselves?
By the grace of the treasury of King Hector III, of course.
I wouldn't have guessed that.
My family and the royal dynasty had always been on good terms, Mr. Santino.
Well, that's actually pretty damn thoughtful, I guess, of the king and the treasury just to sustain his whole entire institution. I mean, okay. There's still something fishy about it, in my opinion, but we'll see. Oh, crap, we actually gotta question him, too? That's not gonna be fun.
What kind of a place is this exactly? I assume it wasn't built as an insane asylum.
It used to be a mansion. Construction started during the occupation in 622. Then it stood empty for almost a century, until finally it went to the crown of Cloville when Hector's great-grandfather took the throne. The rest is history.
How long have you been working here?
I've worked here for more than 30 years, but it's been in my family's possession for almost 150 years.
So if I count correctly, as soon as it went to the crown, it was seized by your family.
That's almost accurate, Mr. Featherland.
What a lovely inheritance.
See, that alone makes me question things, like, I mean, is this something as simple as, like, yeah, okay, just it's all been passed down, but I don't know. I guess that, to me, kind of opens up opportunities for both the royal treasury and, like, well, just the royal family, period, and the ones running the institution. Kind of like what you said there, Pixels, like that, or the king just uses that to keep them away. Maybe. It's like, okay, well, these are the degenerates or the unwanted civilians of my kingdom. Let's put them here and, far away from people, and that's that. I don't know. I may be thinking about this like way too much or way into it, but
Tell me, Doctor, do you know Madame Zavas?
Just like everybody else, I've heard of her, but I never had the pleasure of meeting her in person. I'm sure she's an interesting case.
Oh, you can be sure about that. I'd gladly get you two together if I had the chance. A spare cell would suit her very much.
Is that so?
As it turns out, she likes small, narrow, secret places.
Oh, I see. What a coincidence.
all right. That's it for asking him stuff. Now, before I question him, though, let me just quickly take a look at our notepad here. We had a new codex entry for the half-century occupation. Since its foundation, an attempt to conquer Clawville has only been made once. The half-century occupation started in 622 and lasted until 677. During this time, the Harar Empire took over all Clawville's territories except its colonies, which in the end, with the help of Swolasso and Vlavoslavia, I'm saying all these names wrong, I don't care, took back control over Clawville. And I think they have some more information about Doctor here. His family has governed a mental health facility and its estate for more than 100 years. Quite a heritage, eh? Yeah, I would say so. Okay, sorry, just taking a look at the email. All right, so we have questioning to do. So that means I'm going to take out my pen because, well, I want to get the true living legend ranking on this. So we may have to redo this a few times, but let's try our best right off the bat, huh? Wait, throughout the whole conversation, your brother and I were trying to unscrew this big bottle of apple juice. Now your hand is a little red. Oof. Isn't that like always like the crappiest thing? It's like the damn bottle is so stuck and like your hand just hurts. I used to have that gripper thing, it's like a little gripper pad that helps me open those jars or anything if it's like really tight on there, and I can't find it anymore. So I just end up using my shirt or something.
Dr. Quetzal's a real mystery, but I can turn that to my advantage. I just need to focus on the strangest pieces of the puzzle.
Okay, so, man, and even the detective meters, notice how it actually starts off pretty left there, which makes it seem it's going to be a little bit rough. This is why it's always good to work on your grip. A strong grip can really help with everyday life. You're right, Dragon. You know, I really should actually focus on that myself.
So when did Albert become a resident of your institute?
Albert and Hobart, or Ibn as you call him, arrived here almost exactly 4 years ago.
Could you describe that day more specifically?
It was not long after New Year's Eve, maybe the first week of the year, if I'm not mistaken. It was sleeting that day. Wind was banging incessantly on the windows. The power was going out for short periods of time.
What was your first impression of them?
I already knew the Wessler name. I knew who they were. Or at least I knew one of them, Hobart Wessler. He was famous. Gangster, moneylender, celebrity, lover.
And Albert?
He was new to me, an invisible gray ghost. The family had tried to keep his existence a secret.
Why?
Because they were ashamed of him, of course, Mr. Featherland. That's how it usually is.
What was your first impression of him?
He was silent, but observed everything that surrounded him. His eyes were constantly moving, never stopped for a second.
Was he afraid?
I wouldn't say so. It seemed to me that he wanted to move into our institution voluntarily. It looked as if he couldn't wait to be here, alone, locked up in silence and darkness.
Didn't you think of that as unusual?
Of course I did, but who am I to judge? It was rather special treatment.
Okay. Almost as if he wanted to be there. Okay. Well, we'll find out more then. So he's mysterious and addicted to details. So let's see here. Did Ibn Whistler threaten you in any way? What kind of special treatment did Albert get? Let's go for special treatment.
What kind of special treatment did Albert get?
You know, if an institution like ours has to accept a Whistler as a guest, there's bound to be some favoritism.
And complete secrecy, I guess.
Yes, but that's the case for all our patients, Mr. Featherland.
Of course. So in what way did he receive more than the others?
Basically, we don't admit anyone into our institution without a complete and thorough prior assessment. In the case of Albert, we put that aside.
So you didn't even know if he had anything wrong with him?
Initially, no. He was more of a guest than a patient.
Uh-huh. Okay, then. Hello there, Crinks. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're having a wonderful day so far. So that answer gave me plus 10 as well. My pen is going out. I hate that. That's like a pet peeve of mine. Like, it works fine everywhere else on this damn piece of paper, but as soon as I had to do some writing for this, nope, doesn't want to work. Anyway, I mean, that was plus 10, so that should help. Anyway. So he's also a daydreamer. Okay. How did you see Albert when you first met? How did Albert relate to you? Well, why the hell I even say that? Do you think he was a threat to others? That seems kind of like a good question there. I'm going between the first question and the third. Although I feel like he already kind of delved into the first one a little bit. But you know what? Let's go for a third one. Do you think he was a threat?
Do you think he was a threat to others?
He didn't seem like that at first. He was fragile, frail, overwrought. I would have labeled him as a threat to himself, but not to others.
And later, when you came to know him better?
Albert had certain seizures. We found that out quite soon in that surprisingly cold winter. During those times, his personality distorted. He became almost someone else entirely, almost unrecognizable.
What? So what, multiple... Well, can we say multiple personalities, or is that a little far-fetched right now? But that's interesting. I only got plus 5 for that one. I'm not really sure if that's going to be good moving on. Pen! Work for me, please.
Are you telling me Albert had multiple personalities?
We found out very quickly that there was no other reason for the cause of his seizures. He had a cold and calculating personality who sometimes, especially on stormy days, took the reins over their shared mind.
He had these seizures from the beginning.
Yes, Mr. Featherland, but they started to intensify after Albert left our institution for the first time.
He did what? Left the institution? More than once?
Oh, yes, Mr. Featherland. Albert left the institution on several occasions until the last time, when he failed to come back.
Quetzal's not only very observant, but he's addicted to details. I must focus on that if I want to get closer to the truth. Focus. Addicted to details.
Okay, well, I already actually have a theory now formulating, and that's all because thanks to friggin' Ace Attorney. Obviously, I'm not going to say what I'm thinking right now because I don't want somebody like incorrect. I just don't want to be inadvertently correct here, but I have an idea already what the hell happened with Albert. So focus on the details. Okay, when and why did Albert leave the institution for the first time? So he can just walk in and out? How could you let Albert leave the place? You're keeping some things from me, am I right? So, just to focus on details, the when and why, I think, should help out. So, let's go for that.
When and why did Albert leave the institution for the first time?
It was about 2 years ago. Mr. Hobart Wessler appeared and demanded we let his brother go free. Naturally, we obliged. We had no idea if we'd ever see him again.
But you did.
He returned the same day. Albert was ecstatic. He was unrestrained. I could almost say happy.
That was unusual for him?
I had never seen him like that before, Mr. Featherland. He just smiled and stared at the empty wall for hours.
Did he ever tell you what happened to him outside?
Of course he did. Albert and I had a good relationship. He was working on a painting for his brother.
Was it a painting of a lovely lady cat?
Oh, exactly. So you already knew about that.
Yes, Dr. Quetzal, I've seen it.
Oh boy, okay. Okay, I'm trying to get more information here. Oh my god. Let's see. Did Albert tell you about his relationship with his brother? Has Albert ever talked to you about Natasha? Did Albert tell you how he felt about the painting? So he left on many occasions to continue working on the painting? Sorry, guys. Damn. This series of questions, I don't know. Like, I feel like any one of them could be beneficial, but I'm also trying to think, like, what is something that's focused on the details, you know? I really don't know about the... I'm gonna be iffy about this, so I'm gonna say, can you tell a relationship about his brother? Or no, I'm kind of interested about Natasha. Let's go about the Natasha one.
Has Albert ever talked to you about Natasha?
Only in superlatives, as if he wasn't talking about a real person, but an ethereal being, about an angel or a demon, something that is not of this world.
And what did you think about his fantasies?
We are in an institution where almost everyone is hallucinating on a daily basis, Mr. Featherland. It didn't really bother me, but the fluctuations of positive and negative were more disturbing.
Thanks, Doc. I didn't understand a word, but I think I get the point.
So, I hope I answered your question a little bit there, Pixel. So, if you pick the wrong question, you'll actually lose a little bit in your detective meter. And all of that kind of plays into your ranking at the end. And you can retry these questionings over and over until you get the best ranking, which it looks like I'm going to have to do. But that's what happens. It's just like you won't really get much info. And, you know, that's that. So, That, unfortunately, was not a good question to ask.
So Albert left on many occasions to continue working on the painting.
Exactly, Mr. Featherland. Every time he came back, he was like a different person. But unfortunately, his seizures also multiplied and became more dangerous.
More dangerous.
Albert was hurting himself, and on one occasion, he even tried to hurt me. It was unprecedented. It seemed his confined personality was taking over their shared mind entirely, piece by piece.
Do you think the painting caused it?
Not the painting, Mr. Featherland.
But its subject.
Exactly. He was obsessed, right until that fateful day when he returned to us for the last time.
What exactly happened that day, Doctor?
It wasn't Hobart who brought his brother back that day, but two of his gorillas. Not literally, I mean. And Albert was in a terrible, terrible state.
What happened to him?
I don't like to talk about that, Mr. Featherland.
It could be vital to the case, Dr. Quetzal. Don't back down.
Oh, you're right. There's no use turning back now. So, Albert's tongue was torn out, or cut off, I don't know exactly, and he was blinded in one eye, or rather, one of his eyes was missing entirely.
So you're saying Albert was brought back horribly mutilated?
Yes. And they didn't give any explanation as to what had happened. They simply told me it was some kind of accident.
Dr. Quetzal is cold and professional, but he's also very confused. Maybe it's cruel, but I must exploit his vulnerability if I want to learn everything about Albert. Focus, confused.
That's interesting. Not really sure what the... Okay. So he's confused. You don't believe Albert had an accident, right? The two fellows who brought him back, could you describe them? Maybe it's not easy for you to talk about. Did you examine his wounds thoroughly? Damn. I'm not sure what the hell to pick here either. Let's talk about you don't think he had an accident, right?
You didn't believe Albert had an accident. Is that right?
Of course not. I'm not naive. I knew immediately that Albert had been severely battered, and I was sure it had been his brother, Hobart.
Well, we don't know that, Dr. Quetzal.
Would you defend a monster?
Take it easy, Doc. One of the most critical elements of my job is not to make assumptions.
You're absolutely right, Mr. Featherland. I'm sorry I got carried away.
It's all right. Happens to everyone.
Well, that was absolutely the wrong question to ask. Like, that... My poor soul got demolished right there. Concentrate, Doctor. What do you think happened to Albert? Police tells the other doctor. What was Albert's condition after the incident? How about after the incident?
Pull yourself together, Doctor. What was Albert's condition after the incident?
Mind your tone, Detective.
Sorry, Doc. I can see you're disturbed by these memories.
How could I not be? I'm not a monster. We're talking about a mutilated animal here.
So, what was he like after the incident?
Even more silent than ever. No surprise, I suppose. He was not only silent in words, but also in his soul and spirit.
What do you mean by that?
He never painted anything again, and his seizures completely stopped.
That didn't get me far.
I'm doing worse and worse. Damn it. Well, okay. I think this might be the last question here.
What happened then? How did Albert disappear?
A few weeks later, Hobart came to visit Albert one more time. Albert had been in terrible condition by then. We even had to transfer him to another cell, a more safe one.
What did Hobart do during the visit?
He didn't do anything. He just sat and watched his brother, who was in an almost vegetative state by then.
Couldn't you manage to draw anything out of him? You or Hobart?
Nothing. For a while, he was trying to signal something. Perhaps he was too afraid. And most likely his fingers had been broken too, so he couldn't even write.
Do you think Hobart could have killed Albert?
It's horrible to say it, but I'm sure of it.
How did he disappear in the end? Did someone come for him?
That's what's most eerie about it all, Mr. Featherland. He simply disappeared. His door, which only I had a key for, was open.
Did anyone see anything?
No one. We interrogated the staff, even the patients. He simply vanished off the face of the wilderness. We don't know what happened to him.
Unfortunately, I have a hunch. Thank you, Doctor. You've been a great help.
Oh, well, I'm glad I could be of help. But please, I now must attend to my work.
We understand, Doctor. Thank you.
Oof. Oof. That was probably the worst I've done in terms of the questioning there. Decent cop. 60% focus accuracy. That's how you do it, partner. Not quite like old times, but you still got it. The old rooster still remembers some tricks, eh? Do we know what he looks like? Who? Well, we know how Hobart looks like. I mean, we met him. And if Albert is his twin brother, then we can assume yes. They're rats, I believe, right? Yeah, I think they're rats. But now I'm kind of confused about the whole thing about how he just disappeared. But we'll see. Now, either way, I jacked up bad in this line of questioning. So I'm gonna have to redo this. Wait a minute. So wait, are you a snake or a chicken? I have just turned up and I'm confused. Hello, Tim. Welcome to the stream, buddy. We are a chicken. We are detectives. This game is like, it's a noir point and click visual novel detective game, and what's interesting is like all the characters are anthropomorphic animals. So it's a very interesting story. Don't get me wrong. It's a very unique style to it. So, and we're pretty late into the game, so you may be very, very confused here, Tim. Ah, yes, detectives. A natural job for a chicken, right? Alright, we gotta retry this and get a better score.
So
there was that one. This gives me plus 10. This, now, him asking if he was a threat to others gave me plus 5. There might be a better one, but let's just go for something that's going to give me a positive anyway. This will give me plus 10. Okay. Let's see. This one, when and why, gave me plus 10. Plus 10.
Yes, Doctor.
Now this is where I jacked up. I chose Natasha, and that gave me negative 10. So I don't know which one to choose here. Because eventually, this will be the next question. So Albert had left on many occasions to continue working on the painting. He will eventually ask us, or tell us at the next one, so we can narrow it down to. Did he tell you how he felt about the painting? Did he tell you about his relationship with his brother? Let's go about the painting itself.
Did Albert tell you how he felt about the painting?
From the first moment he loved it. He was fascinated by it. But who could blame him? A little diversity, fresh air, a beautiful lady, and of course, on top of all that, he could finally do what he loved best. Paint.
Which could be a surprisingly effective therapy.
It could have been. Unfortunately, these excursions have greatly intensified his seizures. They have become more frequent and extreme.
Okay, that was good. That gave me plus 10 that time around. Good. You're not sure why, but the fact that the snake has human hands really bothers me. Now you're gonna be bothered by everybody else because that's just how the rest of the game is. So this one will also give me plus 10 if I am not mistaken, or is it plus 20 actually?
So yeah, Doctor.
Yes, there we go. Okay. Now the next two questions where I jacked up hard. I chose. I chose you didn't believe he had an accident, right? And that gave me negative 20, so that wasn't good. And so I'm not sure if I want to talk about, did you examine his wounds thoroughly, or can you describe the guys who brought him back? Because he has attention to details, right? I'm just not sure why it would help us, but let's go ahead and ask him about who brought him back.
The two fellas who brought Albert back, could you describe them?
Those two fellas, as you put it, were two remarkably huge, rude men.
A ram and a bobcat, perhaps?
No, one of them was a tiger, if I remember correctly. He had a rather fresh bump under his left eye, and the other one was a penguin. But I've never seen a penguin that big in my entire life.
Did they tell you anything besides it was an accident?
They didn't say anything, but gave an obvious signal that I had to keep quiet about what happened.
I see.
Damn. I still lost out on that one. Not negative 20, but now negative 5. I mean, I guess we're still up, but still. Now this one, it was negative 5 when I asked him to pull yourself together. So let's try concentrate.
Concentrate, Doctor. What do you think happened to Albert?
I'm sure it was Hobart. He ordered his men to mutilate poor Albert.
But why would he do that?
Maybe Albert saw something he could accidentally reveal.
To whom? The four walls? A couple of crazies? You?
To anyone, Mr. Featherland.
I don't think it's that simple, Doctor. But thank you for your honest opinion.
You're welcome, Detective.
Wow, well, that was a really good one. They gave me plus 20. So, good. So now the only one I did negative on was the one that gave me negative 5. So, all right. This should be the last one. Maybe I got the best one, best grade? No. Damn. It literally comes down to that one question I got a negative 5 on. Really? I gotta redo all that? Well, I'm a perfectionist, so... I mean, I'm so sorry, guys. I gotta go through this again. What kind of special treatment did he get? I think I picked... What's he? Did you think he was a threat? And then multiple personality.
So Albert could just walk in.
Oh
and out.
shoot! shoot.
Far from it, Mr. Featherland. Though Mr. Hobart Wessler had appeared on many occasions and took Albert with him. At those times, he usually brought him back the same day or the next at the latest.
What was the purpose of these outings?
Albert Wessler was working on a painting, Mr. Featherland.
Oh, yes, the painting. It's all starting to come together now.
So, you've heard about the painting?
Sure I have.
Oh, damn it. Yeah, I picked the wrong one there, but see, the one I picked before gave me a +10. That one only gave me a +5, so okay. Shoot, this one that they talk about the painting.
So,
yeah.
Doctor.
There you go. So, it's this one. Actually, shoot, I don't remember now. Which is the one that... Damn, I forgot. I think. Like, this gave me -20, this one gave me -5. Let's try talk about the wounds.
Maybe it's not easy for you to talk about it, but did you examine his wounds thoroughly?
I'm not that kind of doctor, Mr. Featherland, but even I could determine his tongue was either cut out or bitten off, and his eye was gouged out. He also had several broken bones.
But there's no doubt it wasn't an accident.
I don't believe it was, Mr. Featherland.
I totally agree.
Okay, that worked.
To your...
What couldn't be have we understand?
Oh my god. Now wait a minute. Wait a minute. I don't think I had any negatives in that time around, right? But I did pick the wrong answer. So instead of 10, I had 5. Man, okay, one more time.
So,
Blah, 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 blah. What special treatment did he get? There could be a better question here, because this gives me +5. But let's just try this again.
He did, Albert.
+5.
Are you?
Yeah. No.
There's that. When and why? Because I think I picked this one on accident. It's meant to be when and why.
Yes.
And I think I want to talk about the painting.
So
Well, there's that. It's not easy to talk about. Concentrates.
What happened then? How did Albert? What did? Couldn't you? Not the youth. Did it? We understand.
Damn it! Yeah, it's because I picked that one of them on accident instead of +10. It only gave me +5. That's literally all I needed. All right. Whew. All right. And I think you're right, Pixel. I think it's what it technically is. You want to get 100 points, I think. Because sometimes it's not always 10 questions. Sometimes it can only be 9. But sometimes one line of questioning can actually open up another. So there's that. Anyway, that one took a while. I do apologize, ladies and gentlemen. But once again, I just wanted to get that living legend thing right there. Polarium, welcome to the stream. Hope you're having a wonderful day so far. And oop, never mind. Okay, continue. What? That was weird. I thought something happened because my controller, like, it was just kind of going to right there. Anyway, what was that new, a new clue opened up, yeah? Albert Wessler disappeared. We have a hunch what could have happened to him. We might have a bingo. His brother, Ibn, took him out of the asylum on several occasions to paint that fateful picture of Natasha. I think we have a motive. Alright. But now what? That is interesting. Like, what can we do?
That's quite shocking information.
I think you understand why we kept it a secret. If it wasn't for Mr. Wessler's demand, we'd never let any of our patients walk freely outside our institution.
Then the accident happened.
Accident? Ha! We didn't believe it, not for a second. After Albert came back to us, horribly mutilated, he was different.
Different how?
If someone got one of his eyes poked out and his tongue torn out, he'd be different, but not like this. Albert was a different person.
We believe you, Doctor. So, can we take a look at Albert's cell?
I'd rather call it his room. Mr. Wessler lived in exceptional circumstances.
Thanks to the Wessler name, I guess.
Yes. Well, we try to make all of our patients stay as comfortable as possible, but Albert certainly enjoyed special favoritism.
I hope you don't mind if we take a look around in there.
That's not going to bother anyone.
Well, that's, surprising.
I've never seen a cell like this before, that's for sure. I wouldn't mind living here myself.
It seems that being a Wessler gets you privileges.
And a healthy dose of danger.
Mostly that, yeah. Let's take a good look around. I'm sure we'll find some answers here. I can almost smell them.
Well, I smell paint, ink, plaster, some kind of oil, aging paper, slight smell of rat, and great expectations.
What the dickens?
Unmistakable. Yeah.
This place is bad for you, pal. But if you've already jump-started your beak holes, then sniff out the solution.
I'm on it, Boss Bird.
I mean, yeah, I can see the favoritism playing out here. Alright. So before we actually take a look into Albert's room, let's go ahead and take our break right now. We'll come back in a few minutes and take things from here, because I already have a hunch of what may have happened, and, well, we'll see if I'm right. I will see you guys in a little bit.